Hey, quick question. Have you ever been in that awkward moment where someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," and your mind just goes completely blank?
Oh my gosh, yes, or worse, you know exactly what you want to say in your own language, but in English, it's like your brain just freezes.
Exactly. And that's why today we're going to fix that problem forever. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to introduce yourself in English, whether you're meeting a new friend, going to a job interview, or chatting at a party.
And here's the best part. We're going to take you through 3 different levels. We'll start super simple, then level up to casual conversations, and finally, we'll teach you how to sound really professional.
So, whether you're a complete beginner or you just want to polish your skills, stick with us because we've got something for everyone.
By the way, I'm Anna.
And I'm Alex, and we're so excited to help you master the art of talking about yourself in English.
Trust me, after today, you'll never feel nervous about introductions again. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive in.
All right, let's start with the absolute basics. And when I say basics, I mean the kind of introduction you'd use when you're just starting to learn English.
Right. So imagine you're in your first English class, or maybe you're meeting someone for the first time and you want to keep it super simple. What's the most important thing you need to say?
Your name. It sounds obvious, but there are actually a few different ways to introduce your name in English.
The easiest one is, my name is. For example, my name is Anna. Simple, clear, and perfect for beginners.
You can also say, "I'm Alex," or "I am Alex." Both work great. The contraction "I'm" sounds more natural and casual, while "I am" sounds a tiny bit more formal.
Here's a fun tip. In really casual situations, native speakers sometimes just say their name directly, like, "Hi, Anna." But when you're learning, it's safer to use "my name is" or "I'm."
Now, after you say your name, what comes next?
Where you're from. This is super common in introductions. You can say, "I'm from," and then your country. For example, "I'm from Bangladesh," or "I'm from Mexico."
And if someone asks, "Where are you from?" that's your cue to use this phrase. Listen to how natural this sounds. "Hi, I'm Alex. I'm from the United States."
Hello, my name is Anna, and I'm from Canada. See? Easy.
Now let's add one more piece, your age. This is optional, by the way. In some cultures, talking about age is totally normal, but in Western countries, adults don't always share their age right away.
Good point. But if you're a student or in a casual setting, it's perfectly fine to say, "I'm 25 years old," or "I'm 30.
You can also just say the number without years old, like, "I'm 22. Both are correct.
Okay, so let's put it all together. Here's a complete basic introduction. Hello, my name is Anna. I'm from Canada, and I'm 28 years old.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm from the United States, and I'm 32.
Perfect. Now, let's add a little more. What if someone asks, "What do you do?"
This is asking about your job or what you study. If you're a student, you can say, "I'm a student," or "I study at university."
If you want to be more specific, you can say, "What you study." For example, "I study medicine," or "I study computer science."
And if you're working, you can say, "I'm a teacher," or "I work as a doctor," or "I'm an engineer."
Notice we use "a" or "an" before the job. I'm a teacher, not I'm teacher. That's a really common mistake for beginners.
Great catch. So let's practice a longer introduction now. Hi, my name is Alex. I'm from the United States. I'm 32, and I'm a podcaster.
Hello, I'm Anna. I'm from Canada, and I'm 28, and I'm a language teacher.
Awesome. Now you've got the basics down, but here's something students always ask me. What about hobbies?
Yes, talking about hobbies makes your introduction so much more interesting. You can say, "I like," or "I love," and then add what you enjoy doing.
For example, I like reading.
Or, "I love playing soccer."
I enjoy cooking, or I like watching movies.
Here's a little grammar note. After like, love, or enjoy, we use the ing form of the verb. So it's "I like swimming," not "I like swim."
Right. Let's add hobbies to our introduction. Hi, I'm Anna. I'm from Canada, and I'm a language teacher. In my free time, I love reading books and hiking.
Hello, my name is Alex. I'm from the United States, and I'm a podcaster. I enjoy playing guitar and traveling.
See how much more interesting that sounds? People can actually start a conversation with you about your hobbies.
Exactly, and that's the goal. You don't just want to introduce yourself, you want to make it easy for people to talk to you.
Okay, let's do a quick vocabulary check. Repeat after me. My name is.
I'm from.
I'm years old.
I'm a, or I work as a.
I like or I love.
Perfect. Those are your building blocks for basic introductions.
Now, here's a challenge for you listening right now. Pause this episode for a moment and try to introduce yourself in English using everything we just learned. Say it out loud. It might feel weird, but practice is the only way to improve. And don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are how we learn. Even native speakers mess up sometimes.
So, to recap the basic level, say your name, where you're from, your age if you want to, what you do, and maybe add a hobby or two.
And remember, keep it simple. You don't need fancy words or complicated sentences. Clear and simple is always better.
All right, feeling good about the basics?
I hope so, because now we're going to level up.
Welcome to stage 2. This is where things get really fun because now we're going to sound more natural and conversational.
Right, the basic level is great for beginners, but if you want to actually have conversations with native speakers, you need to know how to expand your introduction and make it flow naturally.
So, what's different about the medium level?
First, we're going to add more details and personality. Instead of just saying, I'm from Canada, you might say, I'm originally from Canada, but I've been living in London for 3 years.
Ooh, that's so much more interesting. See how it opens up conversation? Someone could ask you about Canada or about living in London.
Exactly. And that's the key to medium-level introductions. You're giving people hooks to continue the conversation.
Let's start with talking about where you're from in more detail. You can use phrases like, I was born in, or I grew up in.
For example, I was born in Texas, but I grew up in California. This tells people you moved at some point in your life.
Or you could say, I'm originally from Italy, but I moved to Australia 5 years ago.
The word originally is super useful. It means in the beginning or at first.
Now let's talk about your job or studies in more detail. Instead of just saying, I'm a teacher, you can say, what kind of teacher or who you teach.
Like, I'm an English teacher, and I work with young children. Or I teach business English to adults.
Or if you're a student, instead of just, I study medicine, you could say, I'm in my 2nd year of medical school, or I'm studying to become a doctor.
See how these details make you sound more fluent? It's not about using difficult words, it's about being specific.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting, talking about why you do what you do or what you're passionate about.
Yes, this is what makes your introduction memorable. You can say things like, I'm passionate about, or I love what I do because.
For example, I'm a teacher, and I'm passionate about helping students find their confidence in speaking English.
I work as a graphic designer, and I love it because I get to be creative every single day.
Hear that? Adding because and explaining your motivation makes you sound so much more natural and interesting.
Let's talk about hobbies at the medium level. Instead of just listing them, you can describe how often you do them or why you enjoy them.
Right. So instead of I like running, you could say, I try to go running 3 times a week. It really helps me clear my mind.
Or instead of I love cooking, you could say, I love experimenting with new recipes on weekends. Last week, I made Thai green curry for the first time.
See how those details bring your introduction to life? People can actually picture you doing these things.
Another great thing to add at this level is your current situation or future plans.
Yes, you can say things like, right now I'm working on, or I'm currently learning.
I'm planning to, or I'm hoping to.
For example, right now I'm working on improving my English so I can study abroad next year.
I'm currently learning how to play piano, and it's harder than I expected, but I love the challenge.
These phrases make you sound fluent because they show you're comfortable talking about your life in detail.
Let's put together a medium-level introduction. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Hi,
I'm Anna. I'm originally from Vancouver, Canada, but I've been living in London for the past 3 years. I work as a language coach, specializing in English for professionals. I'm passionate about helping people communicate confidently in their careers. In my free time, I'm a huge bookworm. I probably read about 2 books a month, mostly fiction. And lately, I've been trying to get into yoga, though I'm still pretty terrible at it.
That was fantastic. See how it flows naturally? Now my turn. Hey, I'm Alex. I was born and raised in California, but I've been traveling around the world for the past few years while working remotely as a podcast producer. I absolutely love what I do because I get to meet interesting people and tell their stories. When I'm not working, you'll usually find me hiking or trying to learn new songs on my guitar. I'm also trying to learn Spanish right now. Muy difícil.
See? That's how native speakers introduce themselves in casual settings. It's conversational, it's interesting, and it invites questions.
Now let's talk about some useful connecting phrases that will make your introduction flow better.
These are like glue words that connect your sentences smoothly. Instead of just listing facts, you're telling a story.
Some good ones are actually, to be honest, by the way, on top of that, in fact.
Let me show you how to use them. I work as a graphic designer. Actually, I just started my own freelance business last month.
I'm from Mexico originally. To be honest, I really miss the food. Nothing here tastes quite the same.
I love photography. In fact, I'm saving up to buy a professional camera right now.
These little phrases make you sound so much more natural and fluent.
Here's another tip. Use contractions. Native speakers almost always use contractions in casual speech.
So instead of I am working, say I'm working. Instead of I have been living, say I've been living.
I would love to travel more becomes I'd love to travel more.
It's a small change, but it makes a huge difference in how natural you sound.
Now let's talk about asking questions back. When someone introduces themselves to you, it's polite to show interest by asking follow-up questions.
Right, so if someone says, I'm from Japan, you could ask, oh, what part of Japan? Or how long have you been here?
If they mention their job, you could ask, how did you get into that field? Or what's the best part about your job?
This is important because conversations are two-way streets. You're not just introducing yourself, you're building a connection.
Let's practice a full conversation now. I'll introduce myself and Alex will respond naturally.
Sounds good.
All right. Hi, I'm Anna. I'm a language teacher from Canada, but I'm currently living in London. I absolutely love it here, though I do miss Canadian winters. I know that sounds crazy.
Nice to meet you, Anna. I'm Alex. Wait, you miss the winters? That's interesting. I'm from California, so I've never really experienced a proper winter. What do you miss about it?
Oh, things like skiing, ice skating, and just that cozy feeling of being inside when it's snowing outside. Plus, Christmas just hits different when there's snow. What do you do in California?
I'm a podcast producer, and I actually get to work remotely, which is amazing. I've been traveling a lot lately. Have you been back to Canada recently?
See how natural that was? We introduced ourselves, but then we kept the conversation going by asking questions and showing genuine interest.
That's the key to medium-level English. It's not just about what you say about yourself, it's about creating a real conversation.
All right, let's recap the medium level. You want to add details, explain your reasons or feelings, use connecting phrases, and remember to ask questions back.
And don't forget those contractions. They'll make you sound much more natural.
Practice makes perfect with this level. Try recording yourself giving a medium-level introduction and listen back. You'll probably surprise yourself with how good you sound.
Okay, feeling confident about the medium level?
Great, because now it's time for the final stage, professional introductions.
Welcome to the professional level. This is where we learn how to introduce ourselves in business settings, job interviews, networking events, or any formal situation.
Now, don't be intimidated by the word professional. It doesn't mean you have to use super complicated vocabulary or sound like a robot.
Exactly. Professional just means polished, confident, and appropriate for a work environment. You can still be personable and warm.
So, what makes a professional introduction different from a casual one?
First, the structure is usually more organized. You typically follow what we call the professional introduction formula.
Which is name, current role, brief background, what you bring to the table, and a memorable closing.
Let's break that down. First, your name and current role. This is straightforward. I'm Alex Rodriguez, and I'm a senior marketing manager at Tech Solutions.
Notice how he included his full name and his exact title. In professional settings, specificity matters.
Next, you give a brief background. This is where you mention your experience or education, but keep it relevant to the situation.
For example, I have over 8 years of experience in digital marketing, specializing in social media strategy and brand development.
Or if you're newer to the field, I recently graduated with a degree in computer science, and I've been focusing on web development and user experience design.
The key word here is relevant. Don't share your entire life story, just the parts that matter for this particular situation.
Now, the most important part, what you bring to the table. This is where you highlight your value or what makes you unique.
You can use phrases like, I specialize in, or my expertise lies in, or I'm particularly skilled at.
For example, I specialize in helping companies increase their online engagement through data-driven content strategies.
Or, my expertise lies in building scalable web applications that improve user retention.
This part is crucial because it tells people why they should remember you or why you're valuable.
And finally, the memorable closing. This could be something you're currently working on, excited about, or looking forward to.
Like right now, I'm working on launching a new campaign that I'm really excited about, or I'm always looking to connect with other professionals in the industry.
Let's hear a complete professional introduction. Ready?
Hello, I'm Alex Rodriguez, Senior Marketing Manager at Tech Solutions. I have over 8 years of experience in digital marketing with a focus on social media strategy and brand development. I specialize in helping B2B companies increase their online presence through data-driven campaigns. Most recently, I led a project that increased our clients' engagement by 150% in just 6 months. I'm currently exploring innovative ways to integrate AI into marketing strategies, and I'm always eager to connect with other professionals in the industry.
Perfect. That was confident, specific, and memorable. My turn. Hi, I'm Anna Chen, lead language consultant at Global Communications. I have 10 years of experience in corporate training and language development, specializing in communication skills for international teams. My passion is helping professionals communicate more effectively across cultures, which I believe is crucial in today's global business environment. I've worked with companies like Amazon and Microsoft to develop customized training programs, and I'm currently researching the impact of accent diversity in the workplace. I'd love to hear about your experiences with cross-cultural communication.
Excellent. Notice how we both ended with something that invites conversation? That's important, even in professional settings.
Absolutely. You don't want to sound like you're just reciting your resume. You're still building connections, just in a more formal context.
Now let's talk about professional vocabulary. There are certain words and phrases that sound more polished in business settings.
Instead of saying, I work with clients, you might say, I collaborate with clients, or I partner with clients.
Instead of I'm good at, you could say I excel at, or I have a proven track record in.
Instead of, I like solving problems, try, I'm passionate about problem solving, or I thrive on challenges.
But be careful. Don't use fancy words just to sound smart. If you're not comfortable with a word, don't use it. Clarity is always better than complexity.
Great point. Authenticity matters. Even in professional settings, you still want to sound like yourself, just the most polished version of yourself.
Let's talk about different professional scenarios. In a job interview, your introduction might focus more on why you're interested in that specific role.
Right. You might add something like, I'm particularly drawn to this position because it aligns perfectly with my background in project management and my desire to work in a fast-paced startup environment.
At a networking event, you might focus more on what you're looking for: connections, partnerships, knowledge.
I'm here today because I'm keen to learn more about the latest trends in sustainable business practices and connect with like-minded professionals.
In a conference or presentation setting, you might establish your credibility more explicitly.
As someone who's been working in cybersecurity for over a decade and has published research on data protection, I'm excited to share some insights on emerging threats.
See how the same person can adjust their introduction based on the context?
That's the mark of true professional communication: flexibility and awareness of your audience.
Now let's talk about body language and tone, because at the professional level, it's not just what you say, but how you say it.
Absolutely. Maintain eye contact. It shows confidence and trustworthiness. If you're in a virtual meeting, look at the camera, not the screen.
Speak clearly and at a moderate pace. When we're nervous, we tend to speed up, but that makes us harder to understand.
Smile. Even in professional settings, a genuine smile makes you more approachable and memorable.
And use a firm handshake if you're meeting in person. Not too weak, not too crushing, just confident.
Here's something many people forget. Pause after you introduce yourself. Give the other person time to process and respond.
Right, don't just launch into a monologue. Professional communication is still a dialogue.
Let's talk about common mistakes to avoid in professional introductions.
First, don't be too modest. This is your moment to shine. Saying, "I'm just a junior analyst," or "I'm only a teacher," undersells you.
Instead, say, I'm a junior analyst, and I'm quickly developing expertise in financial modeling. Or, I'm an educator passionate about innovative teaching methods.
Second mistake, being too generic. I'm a hard worker doesn't tell anyone anything specific about you.
Instead, give concrete examples. I consistently meet tight deadlines, like when I delivered a major project 2 weeks early last quarter.
Third mistake, oversharing personal information. In professional settings, keep it professional. Your introduction isn't the time to talk about your 3 cats or your recent breakup. Save personal details after you've built rapport.
And finally, don't memorize your introduction word for word like a script. It'll sound robotic.
Instead, memorize the key points you want to hit, but let the exact wording vary naturally. Practice the structure, not the exact script.
Speaking of practice, that's the secret to professional introductions. Practice.
Practice in front of the mirror, record yourself on your phone, or ask a friend to listen. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
And here's a pro tip. Have different versions of your introduction ready. A 30-second elevator pitch, a 1-minute introduction, and a longer 3-minute version.
That way, you're always prepared, whether someone asks, "What do you do?" or "Tell me about yourself."
Let's do one more example, this time for someone who's changing careers. This is a common challenge.
Great idea. Here goes. Hi, I'm Anna Lee. I'm currently transitioning into UX design after spending 5 years in marketing. While my background might seem different, I've realized that both fields share a common goal: understanding what people need and creating solutions for them. I've completed a UX certification program and have been working on personal projects to build my portfolio. My marketing experience gives me a unique perspective on user behavior and business goals, which I believe is valuable in design. I'm excited to bring this combination of skills to a UX team.
That's perfect. You acknowledged the career change, connected your past experience to your new direction, and highlighted what makes you unique.
Career changers take note. Don't apologize for your background. Frame it as an advantage.
All right, let's recap the professional level. Remember the formula: name and role, brief background, what you bring to the table, and a memorable closing.
Use professional vocabulary, but stay authentic. Adjust your introduction based on context and practice, practice, practice.
Pay attention to body language and tone, avoid common mistakes, and always be ready with different length versions of your introduction.
And most importantly, be confident. You have valuable skills and experiences. Let people see that.
You know what? Whether you're giving a basic introduction or a professional one, the heart of it is the same. You're sharing who you are and opening the door to connection.
Wow, we've covered so much today, from basic introductions to professional networking pitches.
I know, right? Let's do a quick recap of everything we've learned.
At the basic level, we learned how to share our name, where we're from, our age, what we do, and our hobbies. Simple and clear.
At the medium level, we added details, personality, and conversation hooks. We learned to use connecting phrases and ask questions back.
And at the professional level, we mastered the introduction formula, professional vocabulary, and how to adjust our pitch for different business situations.
But here's the most important thing we want you to remember. There's no one right way to introduce yourself.
Exactly. The best introduction is one that's authentic to you. Don't try to sound like someone else. Just be the best version of yourself.
And remember, making mistakes is totally okay. Even native speakers stumble over their words sometimes.
Every conversation is practice. Every introduction is a chance to improve. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
Your homework after this episode, and yes, we're giving you homework, is to write out your introduction at all 3 levels.
Basic, medium, and professional. Write them down, practice them out loud, and if you're feeling brave, use them in real life.
And here's a fun challenge. The next time you meet someone new, try to introduce yourself in English, even if it's not perfect.
Because that's how you truly learn, by doing it in the real world with real people.
We really hope this episode gave you the confidence and tools you need to talk about yourself in English.
Whether you're ordering coffee, making friends, or acing a job interview, you've got this.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We know you could be doing a million other things, and we're honored you chose to learn with us.
If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love to hear from you. What level are you working on right now? Basic, medium, or professional?
And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, let us know.
Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, every expert was once a beginner.
Until next time, now go out there and introduce yourself like the English superstar you are.
See you in the next episode.